Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Eleena. I'm a risk and compliance specialist. I have worked as a risk and compliance specialist for the past 19 years. So my experience have been vast. I started my career as a compliance executive at Malaysian Reinsurance Berhad. I worked there for 4 years. And then I moved on to an equity broking firm, which is Kenanga Investment Bank Berhad. I worked there for around 3.5 years. And then I moved on to Phillip Capital Holdings Berhad. I worked there for 4 years, where I was the head of compliance, overseeing 2 managers and 3 executives. There, I was the head of department for risk, compliance, and legal department for Phillip Capital Holdings Berhad. And then a short stint in Deutsche Trustees Berhad before I was recruited by HSBC. That was under collateral management. That is basically OTC derivative. I also work in Libra Invest Berhad on contract basis, filling in someone on maternity leave before I landed a permanent role with BNB Investment Bank, but that was a short stint, and the role was made redundant. And then I joined a money services company. I worked there for over a year before I was recruited by my recent employer, which is Petrico's Berhad. That was a special project contract. And now the contract has ended, and then I'm looking for another permanent role, hopefully with your company. Among some of the achievements that I have attained in my career, one of the best ones are definitely having satisfactory, I think it's called satisfactory report whenever there are regulatory inspection. I think that was when I was in Phillip Capital Holdings Berhad. There were 2 inspections, one by Bursa Malaysia inspectors, another one by Securities Commission inspectors. And I can tell you it's not easy to get a satisfactory report when they come and inspect you. So you have to know all the points, all the control points in the company. So I would regard that as one of my biggest achievements in my career. I've done also change management with the management team, of course. So to streamline their process, so I provide my inputs. I know this is a little bit slightly different from what I regularly do, but I do work with the management team whenever they do change management. So I provide them my feedback, especially on their processes, what they can improve, what can they streamline, what they can actually cut, whether in terms of cost or in terms of time, so that we can actually save costs, whether in terms of manpower or in terms of money. So the saving can go towards reducing the cost for the company. So I would regard that as my second achievement. And probably the third achievement that I can share with you is definitely when we get to streamline the whole process and have a good documentation for the company. Again, most of my achievements were with Phillip Capital Holdings Berhad because I started that department from scratch. So I think it was a very exciting time when I was with them, because I get to lead a lot of projects, I get to do a lot of things with them. So another thing that I get to actually achieve with them is having all the departments actually come up with standard operating procedures, and we actually have a manuals for all the departments, whether it's marketing, operations, the front office, the client servicing, the investment team. So before this, they don't have a standard operating procedure. They don't document what they did. So it was good that I finally have a library of that manuals, and we actually administer and safekeep all those documents with us. So I would regard that as my third best achievements. From a risk management space, among some of the achievements that I achieved around that is definitely having a proper risk management policies in the company, and then we actually do what we call the risk assessment, among the risk owners, which is basically the head of departments, mainly when I was in Phillip Capital. And then a lot of major risk management work that I did was when I was in HSBC. That was definitely major because I was dealing with a lot of operational risk. So I was the risk and control manager for the collateral department there. So I definitely did see a lot of operational issues, a lot of operational risks. Money did went out and all that. So all those risks are real. But the key thing is, again, it was the same thing like when I came to any other company. It was making sure that all the employees understand what risk means and what control means from a risk and control standpoint. Making them understand and making them aware what are the risks surrounding their departments and operations, and then making sure what are the controls in place, whether there are controls in place, whether the controls are functioning or not functioning, whether the controls are there but not functioning. So those are the things that we have to make sure from a managerial standpoint, because if the controls are not there, we have to put it in place. If the controls are there but not working, we have to fix it. Something like that, if I were to say it. So it was groundbreaking to know that after 4 years I worked there, you can see a change in the employees' attitude and their understanding towards risk. So it goes both ways. One is education and training, and another one making them truly understand what their role on a day-to-day basis as a risk owners and how they can manage their risk on a day-to-day basis. Why you should hire me? Well, I do come from a financial background where the risk is real, where the risk management is something that is critical because it involves money, and when we don't control things accordingly, real money do went out, and during my experience it was millions of it. So risk management is real. So what I can do to your company is that I hope I can add value to your company in terms of making sure that the management and the employees realize that all of them are risk management owners and they are also risk managers. Okay, each and every one of them. So it's about them understanding the control points, what are the control points in their processes, and making sure those controls are functioning will be my role as a risk manager to assess the controls, whether they are effective or not functioning, or isn't there at all within your processes. So what I hope to bring to your company is to bring my risk management level from a financial standpoint and then translate it into your organization. And having that experience, I hope it will make a difference to your company, and I hope that your company will become a leading company in your industry, and hopefully we can work together and achieve greater success. Thank you so much.